Material in this video contains content included in the RBT Test Content Outline, 3rd edition, TCO. A.4 Enter data and update graphs. James, an RBT working with 8-year-old Matthew, is helping him improve his ability to request items during play. During their session, James observes and records each time Matthew independently asks for a preferred toy, using tally marks on a paper data sheet. Towards the end of the session, James notices one tally seems out of place. He double-checks his notes and realizes the tally was meant for a different behavior. Once he has corrected the error, he ensures the data is ready for entry. Back at the office, James inputs Matthew's data into a spreadsheet, carefully entering each piece of data collected during the session into its corresponding cell. He updates the line graph, tracking Matthew's progress in requesting behavior. As the graph populates, James notices the trend. Matthew's independent requests have steadily increased over the past 2 weeks. There is an increasing trend in requesting behavior, easily visible when reviewing the line graph. To ensure accuracy, James cross-checks the graph against his data sheet, confirming all entries appear correct. By maintaining accurate data entry and graphs, James not only tracks Matthew's progress but also ensures the supervising BCBA has reliable information to make data-driven decisions for Matthew's intervention plan. Let's review a step-by-step task analysis for how to enter data on a line graph. Step 1. Gather your materials. Find your completed data sheet or notes to ensure you have all the information needed. Organize the materials, including a pencil, ruler, and the graph paper where your line graph is drawn. Step 2. Review your data. Look carefully at the numbers or tallies you collected during your session. Confirm that the data is complete and matches the behavior you are graphing. Fix any errors or unclear entries before moving forward. Step 3. Locate the correct position on the graph. Find the session date on the x-axis that corresponds with your data. Identify the value from your data that matches the y-axis scale, such as the number of occurrences. Use a ruler or your finger to pinpoint where these two values meet. Step 4. Enter the data point. Use a pencil to mark a small dot on the graph at the correct spot. Check that the dot is placed exactly where the x and y values intersect. Keep the dot clear and visible but not too large. Step 5. Connect the data points. Draw a straight line with a ruler to connect the new dot to the previous one on the graph. Make sure the line is neat and does not curve or extend beyond the dots. This line shows the progression of the behavior over time. Step 6. Check for accuracy. Review your graph to ensure all dots and lines are correct and match the data. Confirm that the session dates, numbers, and lines align with your original records. Fix any errors immediately to maintain a clear and accurate graph. Step 7. Store your graph safely. Place your completed graph in a folder or binder to keep it organized and protected. Avoid folding or crumpling the graph paper. Keep it in a secure location so you can update it regularly.
Let's take a closer look at how to enter data and update a graph. 1. Gather materials. Let's explore an example together. We will graph data on a line graph, showing how many times a client requests items during each session. Start by collecting your completed data sheet. Notice that this client makes between 1 and 3 requests per day. For example, the session data for November 14th shows the client independently requested 2 times that day. Having accurate data ready ensures your graph reflects the client's progress clearly. 2. Review data. Next, we are going to examine the graph, which already has data plotted for the dates November 10th through November 13th. After we review the data, we will proceed to step 3 and add the data point for November 14th. The data chart that we just saw showed us that 2 requests occurred on November 14th. Reviewing the data carefully helps us confirm the behavior is recorded correctly before we proceed. 3. Locate point position. Now that we've reviewed the data, it's time to locate the correct position for the new data point on the graph. We can see on the chart that on November 14th, 2 requests occurred, so we need to find where this value is located on the graph. Look at the x-axis to locate 1114. Then use the y-axis to find the point that represents 2 for the frequency of requests. By aligning these two values, we can determine the exact spot on the graph where the new data point should be placed. 4. Enter data point. Now that we've located the correct position on the graph, it's time to add the new data point. Mark a small dot on the graph where the date 1114 on the x-axis meets 2 on the y-axis. Take your time to ensure the dot is placed exactly at the intersection of these two values. This dot will represent the 2 requests that occurred on November 14th. 5. Connect points. Now that the data point for November 14th is on the graph, use a ruler to draw a straight line to the previous data point. This line will connect the new data point to the previous data point for November 13th. The line shows the change in the frequency of requests over time. Make sure the line is neat and accurately connects the 2 points to maintain the graph's clarity. 6. Check for accuracy. Now that the point for 1114 is added and connected, review the graph for accuracy. Confirm the point is at the correct spot where the x-axis and y-axis values intersect. Check that the line connecting 1113 to 1114 is straight and matches the data. 7. Safely store graph. Once the graph is complete, place it in a safe and organized location such as a folder or binder. Ensure it's protected from damage like folding or tearing so it remains easy to read. Keeping the graph in a secure place ensures it's ready for future updates and review. Key takeaways for entering data and updating line graphs. Data entry accuracy is critical. Ensure data from completed sheets is correctly transcribed onto the graph. Mistakes in entry can lead to incorrect conclusions about client progress. Know your axes. The x-axis represents time, sessions, or dates and is located on the bottom of the graph. The y-axis represents the measurement of a behavior or new skill and is located along the left side of your graph. Connecting point shows trends. Use a ruler to draw straight lines between data points. The direction of these lines, headed upward or downward, will highlight patterns and trends over time. Check and store with care. Always double-check the accuracy of data points and lines. Safely store the graph in a folder or binder to keep it ready for updates and review. Entering data accurately and updating graphs are vital skills for RBTs. Line graphs provide a clear, visual representation of a client's progress. These data points and trend lines reflect changes in skills or behaviors, showing the effectiveness of interventions over time. These visual tools are essential for the clients supervising BCBA because it allows them to analyze trends. When a trend shows increasing skill acquisition or decreasing maladaptive behaviors, these are clear signs of progress in ABA sessions. By creating precise and well-maintained graphs, RBTs ensure that data tells the story of success. This information guides informed decisions that positively impact the learner's growth. Your work as an RBT truly shapes meaningful change.